All right, good night. Welcome to Just a Conversation. Woo! It's been a week already, but in the midst tonight we have Minister Amon, Brother Matthew, Evangelist Hayden, and our Minister Hayden. Don't forget to hop on over to our YouTube page, which is Just a Conversation. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget also you could go on Instagram, just_a_conversation, and you could also go over there and follow. Yeah, and don't forget to share this out when you come on in. Just share it out. Don't keep it to yourself. Let others know. What's going on tonight. That we're here. We're on. We're gonna be talking. Don't forget you could chime in with your questions, your comments. Tonight's gonna be an awesome topic.
Yes,
It's gonna be something that a lot of people ask each other, or ask their mate, or ask a friend or a best friend or somebody, like, bro, what's going on? What did I do wrong? And I think that's always the question that always person when they find out, like, what did I do wrong? But it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. And yeah, man, it was I don't know if you guys saw the news yesterday, man. The toddler that they locked into a vehicle. They left the 2-year-old toddler in the daycare, man. It was like, I was like, wow, like that really like touched home, for people that have kids. When you just get up in the morning, you're like, okay, I got to go to work. I'm gonna drop my kid off, and you're hoping they're safe, where you take them to, and then to get that phone call, also Jonathan Nelson's son got in an accident, where the car rolled over, that's another call like a lot of parents don't want to get, like, your kid was in an accident, thank God Jonathan Nelson's son is okay, but at the same time the toddler, didn't make it out,
Wow.
I don't know if South Florida right now, it's pretty warm.
Hot.
It's hot all over.
It's pretty hot.
Warm. It's hot.
Yeah, I seen something on Google that said like heat wave in like New Zealand and stuff like that, and I'm like,
even in Europe, it's to the point where they like people falling out, like
I'm like,
heat stroke,
and dying from it. I'm like, dying from it.
and we live that every day, like 90, 92 degrees, and we function like okay, and then look like some people just can't function. It's like,
I started seeing people go to a fountain. The little fountains that you see, like,
put your head in it.
Yeah.
And they like legit taking off their clothes and like
Jumping
usually
in it.
here in America they look at you funny, or they're like, oh, are you a pool cleaner, or is like you going through something? It's
Right.
Over there they're like, nah, we just hot.
Well, it's just one of them things, man. It's one of them things. Like I guess they're not used to it like we are. We're used to the heat. But yeah, RIP to the little young one. So what's going on, Mr. Amon? You good?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great, man.
That's good.
It's always a pleasure when we link up.
What's that?
It's always a pleasure when we link up.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I agree with that.
All right. Matthew! Let's talk about it.
Well, I got a topic that for those who some folks might hit home. Others is like it's a distance. It's just something that they see on TV. But the topic for tonight is
You got to clear his throat. Is that deep?
yeah, it's deep.
You're getting me nervous now, brother.
What do you think is the reason why folks cheat instead of leaving a relationship? Well, it's like I want to start off if
Go
it's
ahead.
okay with
Kick
y'all.
it off, brother.
Yes, sir.
I feel like when they invest time, money, what else, and emotion in a situation, and after a while, when they feel like the profit that they should be gaining from it isn't like it ain't big, but at the same time, it's like it's there's some profit.
What do you mean the profit?
What I mean by profit is it's like let's say you invest in a business. It's like you put money into it, and it's like you put effort into it to see it expand, but it's not like expanding as fast as you want. You're not gonna completely give up on it, but it's like you look at other areas where you can invest your money, since you don't want to just invest everything in one business.
So why do you think people cheat?
That I just said it.
I don't.
Did you get him, Minister D?
I didn't get what you were saying,
yeah.
so like I'm just trying to
It's
get
like-
a round understanding.
Well, what I get from is like reason why people cheat is like they feel like there might be something better than if they don't feel satisfied with what they have.
But the second part of what you said about that is why do they stay in the relationship?
Now, reason why they stay because they want to have a safety net.
Okay, that's.
What you say, Minister Man?
Yeah, I was understanding what he was saying, and just I mean, like he was basically saying, like, you know, if somebody was investing years and time and money into a relationship, that they don't want to just leave what they have in their hand for something that they don't have in their hand.
Like a bird,
Kinda like,
a bird in the hand is worth more than two.
Yeah, that's
having your cake and eating it too is what I call it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's what that is.
Yeah. And
Have your cake and eat it too. So.
I think it's pretty
That's
accurate.
one way of looking at it.
Yeah, I think, you know, cheat and stay in a relationship because of that. So I think you're pretty accurate when you describe that. Yeah. I can see how that is true in some cases.
But do you think the reason why the person cheats because they're not getting what they really want? So if you're not getting what you really want in the relationship, you should exit that relationship.
Yeah, but then sometimes you think that it'll come around. Sometimes you think that you're in a place or you're in a situation and you think that, you know, things will turn, things will come around. I think that's how, honestly, some people think. Even when things are not changing. You could be at a job and you be like, you get passed up for the promotion time and time again, and you just sit there and you be like, I'm going to get this promotion. I know it's coming. And somebody might even gas your head up and be like, hey, you know what? You've been passed up so many times, the promotion is coming.
Right.
And they lying. So, you know what I'm saying?
Woman perspective.
I'd love to hear that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
Cork
want to
said,
hear
what was the situation with Solomon's cake?
He had 3,000.
Had a whole lot of cake, brother.
They said that he never repeated.
Why people cheat?
Not only why did they cheat, but why did they cheat and stay in the relationship? I know Matthew had sent a post to me on Instagram where the guy was pretty much saying, listen, like, I'm thinking about, you know, going to cheat on you, but I'm trying to tell you why I don't want to do it, but you're not listening. You know, so you think like listening play a big aspect like that, the person you're with is not listening or...
Yeah.
All right, there's a lot of things that surround why people cheat and stay or cheat, period. Lifestyle, the way you were raised,
Yeah.
the environment, and just your whole moral and your standards that you live by. Because there's some people out there that are just like, I'm not interested in cheating at all. It's not a part of me. I've never seen it happen in my family. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather leave. And they really mean it.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that are in certain situations that it just kind of happens. I mean, it might be like, really, it just don't just kind of happen. But
Yeah,
sometimes, all right, let me give you an example. All right, let's say the wife, or even the husband. Let's say the husband. The husband and the wife are home and everything is good or not so good. And the wife is neglecting the husband and he doesn't feel very needed. You know, his ego is just kind of being smashed every day and he has to deal with a whole lot of disrespect and certain things. You know, the relationship is still there, you know, but there are issues in the home. And then he's at work and there's this nice lady that keep giving him, you know, certain things that he's looking for in a woman. Just so happen to get that from her, and then the relationship gets closer and closer and they start going out for lunch, and then they, you know, before you know it, and then he doesn't want to leave his wife because it's wifey and it's home and she doesn't know, so let me see how long I can play this game or deal with this situation or whatever, you know, fulfill this particular need or emptiness that I have or don't have from when I don't get it from home. So that's just one scenario, you know?
Yeah.
Some people are just like, they just ain't got they couldn't care less. They just want more. They want more than one.
Yeah.
They have to do it, you know? It's an addiction to some people. I have to go out there. I need more than one woman, and she's not going to know, and it's fine. Or he's not going to know, and it's fine. And I'm just going to go
It
cheat.
kind of reminds me...
It's exciting to some people, too. So
I feel like the reason why they don't want to let go, it kind of reminds me of those habitual,
offenders.
Monogamy
relations?
Yeah, monogamous relationship where they have to be in a relationship. So it's like knowing that they have to give up something that they invested time in, they set a foundation for something that is for a desire. They're like, I don't know if I can fully invest. That's why they don't like give up that one thing, and then
security.
Security.
Yeah. Security.
The fear of like not being, not having security. I think that's the biggest thing that stops a lot of people.
All right.
When you say security, you mean like having that like a cushion there?
Yeah, it's like it's like knowing that you have something. I don't know how because it's like I've seen it where some people I question like, yo, why you in such? Why, if you know that this other person is good for you, why do you stay in an abusive relationship? And it's like,
wait a minute, the other person is good for you?
yeah, it's like, because sometimes you end up finding that because
the person that you cheated,
the person that you're with, that you invest all this time, it's not good for you.
Out.
It's like because I've seen where they've been in a relationship and it's like, yeah, they have their good moments, but it doesn't match up to all the bad moments that we have in that relationship.
So you think they should just jump ship?
When it's like when you're not when the relationship is growing in a positive way, and it's like, yes, they have good moments, but the bad far outweigh the good.
Yeah.
It's like, but and in order to find that, and the next person is meeting yes, there's some moments, but the good outweigh the bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
but you think, you ever heard like the grass is not always green on the other side?
I understand that, but it's like sometimes the grass, I feel like it is.
Well, you might feel like the grass is green on the other side, but like think about like
there's a whole another set of problems over there.
Think about biblical days, concubines.
Yeah.
What was that? Is that considered cheating?
I mean, that was what happened back then. I mean, there's certain nowadays we are so different mentally. So all right, for women especially, I could say a big change happened in women because we are so independent now.
Yes.
We got our own stuff going on, and we could handle our own stuff. You understand? So being like, oh yes, my Lord, that's not happening in
Nowadays,
2019.
yes.
I'm very sorry, it's not happening. The yes, my Lord, and I'm taking care of your wife. And
they do
I'm
have some submissive women though.
You do have some that's
out
still
there,
around.
no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Especially like the Muslim culture.
Yeah,
They got to wrap up and all that.
Yeah.
No doubt about
I
it.
believe there's no such thing as submissive. I feel like
what?
No.
Oh yes, it's there.
Because
even in our culture, there's submissive women and men.
If you want to go to the Bible, there's they're proof that they might they're not loud, but they're manipulative. So there's how can he be submissive but yet still manipulative?
Yeah, but not everyone is like what you speak of.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think people cheat because they don't love the person no more? Because somebody says cheating doesn't mean they don't love you.
They fall out of love.
Nah, I don't think love has anything to do with it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it.
And then someone says, hey, some people just like sex with multiple partners. They happy in their relationship. They just want sex elsewhere.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking
wrong
that
to
too.
assume someone wants out strictly on the basis that they cheated.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
All right, what about in being in the church?
What do you mean being in the church?
Like, all right, so
If you're in a church and... Well, go ahead. Sorry.
no, what you got going on?
I want
Go
to
ahead.
hear it.
No, I'm just saying we are.
If you're going to church and everything, and you're in the church, you're like, and you have a position in the church and everything, and you're out there cheating.
Cheating in your relationship?
Yeah.
It happens.
And you're in the church. It happens.
It happens.
You don't think it happens?
No, I understand it happens.
Yeah.
I was just trying to consider if like you was talking about going to a different church is cheating or something, but you talking about in a relationship, a covenant marriage relationship.
Yeah, covenant marriage relationship.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you hear about that. That happens.
Man, hey, look, man, I'm going to tell you straight up. When it comes to cheating, it never has to be a specific rule or guideline to it.
That's true.
It could just come out the blue.
Exactly.
That's
I
true.
believe that.
Somebody could just be in the wrong, call it the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong mindset.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, and something just happens just on an impulse moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, that's it. And I think we just have to be careful not to get caught like that.
All right, I got this coworker.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I don't mean get caught, but just don't be in that position. Don't find yourself in that position. And even if that does happen, you're prepared to make a way
I
out.
have a question. 'Cause I just seen this comment. You know, truth is a lot of cheating happens even without sex. So
Yeah.
I'm like, so what if
Definitely.
you and somebody's like an opposite sex is close? Y'all not doing anything together.
Yeah.
But you guys stimulate each minds like just on that level. Is that considered cheating?
It's a fine line.
Very fine line.
But I'm saying, does that consider cheating? Like, say for
It
instance,
Nah.
depends. It depends on how far your conversations go, how far your
But you don't
emotions,
talk- you
how
don't
far
talk
your
about none of
feelings
that in
go.
the conversation.
Yeah, but feelings have a lot to do with it, I believe.
Nah, that's
Whether it
called
be physical
insecurities.
or
That's called what?
emotional.
I feel it's insecurities.
No,
That's not
absolutely not. No,
do you
cheating
mean
starts
insecurities?
here.
Nah, it's like
wrong hotel
I
room.
believe they could have a. I believe a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about myself, but it's like I feel there's a lot of people who have good relationships with
Other-
people of the
other, Opposite sex.
of the opposite sex, and it's
Right.
like there's no deeper meaning behind it.
Of course, there's some
There's always
like
a
But
that.
at the same time, it's like as long as they're like they know, like, all right, we got to keep some kind of distance for the mental security of my spouse. Yeah, but you can still have that good conversation.
Yeah, but don't you have family members like me personally? I just met some of my family members from Miami, like when I was like 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they beautiful. And I'm looking at them like, if I ever seen you in the street, I ain't never know you was my. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we talk to each other.
Right,
but we
right.
still respect each other.
Right.
And we'll never cross that line. But I be like, man, cuz you look good. You better, if somebody hollering at you, better let me know. Like,
Right.
I be playing like with them like that. And it goes back and forth. But like I'm saying, it's like, you know, my wife respects the relationship that I have with my cousins. And, you know what I'm saying? We don't cross that line. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I agree with that. And then I mean, it's also like, however, like your partner interpretates something too, because you could just have someone that's close and it's not even like on that level, but it just seem a certain way.
You gotta have
And
this.
then, and then it just seem a certain way, and you're like, oh my god, like, you know, certain things can happen. And
That's true. That's true.
someone says you have to know your partner, how they view certain relationships and their limits.
Yeah.
What you see as cheating could be completely different from what they view as cheating.
Facts. Open
And that's pretty much
communication.
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you could be cool with somebody else of opposite sex, and it has nothing to do with that.
Well,
And then somebody interpret it. Because I feel like as a male or as a female, you can't have the opposite sex as like a close friend when you're in a relationship, because people look at it funny. I can't walk around and be like, oh man, that's my best friend, and that's a girl. They might say, nah, bro, something's wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
But
to
if
each
you-
his own.
that's
Yeah, but I'm
that's the
saying
thing
if
is-
you're mature enough, I mean,
yeah, to each his own. Just
I'm very mature, and my husband cannot have no women friend talking about he's on no phone talking with no woman.
so-
No,
Yeah,
if
I
it's
mean-
business, yes. If it's church related, yes. You ain't gonna have no friends out there sitting on no
Mature.
phone
and not to
chit-chatting.
say, and not to say that will never
Sure.
change. I don't
It ain't
think
gonna
that.
change today.
Yeah, I just don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that's not to say that's cemented and solidified. I think that there could be change in that, you know what I'm saying? And I understand how you feel, but my point being is as we grow and as we mature, we build up more and more, you know what I'm saying? And we get deeper and deeper cemented, and we understand that, you know, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. So,
And then also I look at it like, you see, like a lot of people, if you've never been cheated on, you don't know what it feels like.
yeah.
But when you've been cheated on,
Ew.
bro, that thing, you understand what it feels like. It's like, oh my goodness, like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
you know, like, and then some of the thoughts that come in your mind, like, you know, if you really act on them thoughts, Matthew, you'd be sitting in jail somewhere.
Yes.
I'm
I
just
will
saying,
never
and then
act
you,
on my
at the
thoughts.
beginning of the program, you were like, you know, you invest your time, your money and all that. To me, with a relationship, it's not the money. It's not about none of that. Your time, bro, you don't get that back. So if you spend 10, 15 years with somebody, and then it ended up where they cheat on you and the relationship is over. You can't get them 10 years back.
Yep.
You can't get that back. The money is nothing, bro. You can always gain money back.
Yeah.
You know, especially if we separate and now I know I'm gonna make more money.
Yeah.
You know, because I have to worry about spending no money on you no more. You understand what I'm saying? So when you think about time, you know, time to me is like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't get that back. And it's just like if I wrote a book, I have to include you in my book because I spent 10, 15 years of my life with you.
Yeah.
You know, so that has to be part of my book.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, people always talk about money, like money's the biggest thing. It's not money to me. To me, it's time, bro. Like when you invest years, you know, into something, and then at the end of it, it just boils down to nothing. It's like, whoa, you know, what just happened? You know.
But don't you feel that sometimes like the trust or the betrayal is more than the time too?
I do believe the trust and betrayal.
Yeah,
So
so
you do feel betrayed.
yeah, it's different. It's different levels. Just like you say, if it happens, you sitting here like, why? Like what?
And
did
that's the first thing you ask
you're
yourself.
like, what did I do? What?
Anybody that's been cheating on, that's probably the first thing they ask themselves.
Yeah.
What happened? Why?
Yeah.
You know, like what's the deal? You know, like explain
What
that to
went
me.
wrong?
What went wrong?
Yeah.
You know, show me where it went wrong. And it's just like the post that Matthew had sent out to me, like, listen, like the dude is like letting her know, like, listen, like X, and she's just not listening.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to explain stuff to her and she's just not hearing it. She's just not
He
comprehending.
was explaining to her why he cheated.
No.
Is that what
Why
happened?
He
he
said
want-
he
he
was
desired.
about to go
He was
do it.
about to.
Why he
Yeah, but
wouldn't.
he's explaining to her, like, listen, I'm having a conversation with somebody right now, and I'm about to go cheat on you, but I'm telling you why I don't want to do it. And she still wasn't listening. All she's wrapped up in the fact that he was just talking to this person.
Yeah.
Like, listen to what the man is saying, or listen to what the woman is saying. You know, and I think, like, that to me, like, right there, when I saw that video, that's, like, mad respect. You know, because that's respect right there. You're, like, letting them know, like, listen, I have issues with X, Y, Z. Okay, what are we going to do? And then she in the midst still don't want to fix it because she's just
But-
worried about what's going on at that moment.
But I think you mentioned it before when you sit there and say there are signs going out all the time.
All the time. There's always signs.
And they're just not being picked up on.
Right.
They're not being received.
Right.
So there has to be, like, she wasn't, that was probably the reason why that he was going to cheat on her in the first place. It's like, you're not understanding what I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you.
You're not paying attention.
So he's trying to figure out a different way to tell her.
Right.
And she's still not
Still
getting
not
it.
gravitating to it.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know, and
probably
just-
eventually going to
It's
happen.
just like Evangelist Shane always say. She always say, listen, like, I'd rather, like, we'll talk about something and understand that you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Than just feel like I'm just blowing smoke in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, and that makes so much sense. Like, if you're talking to, like, your spouse or anyone that you're with, and, you know, they're not understanding, they're not grasping what you're saying, then
Yeah.
there's a problem right there.
That's why I think that when we were talking last week about confrontation and recognizing and communication and get through it, I think that's very important. Like if there's a problem, hey, look, we gotta find out why we missing each other. We gotta find out, you know, what my problem is, what your problem is, what I'm trying to say, what you're not seeing. We have to in a relationship for it to
People
work.
really just want to cheat, though. They just want to go out there. They
Oh,
just
yeah.
want to do.
Yeah.
You know, they want to. The excitement of it all. To some people, they're sneaking around, and it gives them something to do. You know, so you
lot
know
of
they.
things. It's
There's
a
a lot of
reasons.
reasons.
All right,
Whole
check
lot
this
of
out.
reasons.
So somebody said a best friend of the opposite sex shouldn't necessarily be the problem. You should know and trust each other, but there has to be also a consideration of your partner. I believe in that, but then somebody said based on how fine she is, determines how comfortable
what,
your
Greg,
woman
Greg?
will be with the best friend. Ain't no woman cool with Chinese being her man's. Oh,
Sincere.
Sincere being her man's best friend. And I believe in that too,
That's
because
right.
if the woman is ugly, the woman's going to be like, huh, I ain't got to worry about her. That ain't no competition.
want her.
Right now,
But that-
that's
no,
what
honestly,
I
it's
need
true,
to worry
but-
about.
But that be the
It
word.
doesn't matter whether it be a male or female. If you're a woman cheating on you with a man that's like buffed out this world with a six pack, you take your shirt off and you know you just like you like dang like bro.
Come on, even if
You
she
know-
wasn't cheating, even she was, it's just a friend. It's just a friend, and he's buffed out. It would be a problem, wouldn't it?
Nah, not to me.
Not to me.
Really? I'm sitting on the phone talking. Yeah, man.
I mean, honestly, like
Nah.
not to me. Like, I mean, them days. I mean, like, I think like worrying about that stuff to me is like done.
Y'all just love talking
What do you mean we love talking? We're being
big
factual.
talk.
Nah,
It's not
honestly.
talking big talk. I'm just telling you the facts. Like it wouldn't even matter.
Well, facts. I would take your phone, and you wouldn't have a phone for like a year.
That sounds like you
Period.
man insecure, but
Done. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that.
no,
It just ain't gonna happen.
But I think I remember I was talking to a friend and he was telling me like one of the reasons why he steps out, and he was like, "Well, back in the day, I seen how I see my folks move around.
Yeah.
I couldn't trust."
Yeah.
And
he
it's
had
like,
trust issues.
Yeah, he had trust issues, and it's like before because it's like his mom and his sisters used to do their dudes dirty. So he's like, I'd rather know that I'll make the first move before she does. I'm like, what?
But you know something that
crazy.
I also believe too is that, like, you know, when somebody's out there cheating,
Yeah.
you could kind of tell because you start getting accused of stuff that you're not doing.
True. That.
They start bringing it home like, okay, but I'm doing this. I wonder if the other person's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you start getting accused also. You start getting put on like on a platform like,
Yeah.
And then you start wondering like,
It happens.
what's going on here? This ain't never been a topic before. This ain't never came up before.
All of a sudden.
But all of a sudden now you're accusing me of something like, okay, I left work at 5 o'clock. Now it's 5:40.
Yeah.
It normally takes you 20 minutes to reach home. Where's the other 20 minutes? Don't you think if 20 minutes, I need more than that because I'm leaving work, I would have to pretty much take a shower and then,
Jesus.
you know what I mean? It's like you start bringing stuff down your head, but, you know, it's just like, you can always tell. The accusations always starts.
Yeah.
Some people have an ABC rule, always be cheating. That way, if you get cheated on, it doesn't hurt as much.
Man.
That's what the homie said.
Oh man.
You know,
Facts.
That's crazy.
That's facts?
That's
Elaborate.
that's my that was my friend. It's like
That's what he was
Elaborate.
saying.
That's basically what you said.
Yeah, cheat first.
Cheat first.
cheat first. It's like at
But
least
then you just open the door. You just open up a door.
To get cheated on.
Exactly. Bro, you think it's easy to find out that... Yo, it's like some things you can't even say on here. But you think it's easy to find out that your woman is being cheated, like she's cheating on you or you're cheating on her? That's not an easy...
I mean, but like, you ever seen the movie Boomerang?
Yeah.
With Eddie?
Yeah.
And Eddie was like that player.
He was a player.
And then when she got a hold of it, he was like, all right. And that's how it be happening. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like you could be in a relationship and you could be like, man, I hate this chick. And as soon as you sitting in that room by yourself, you like, man, I miss my baby.
That's
that's
true.
they fear being alone.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
at the
true.
end of the day.
No, but it ain't only that. You could be with like 100 different women, and you
still miss
realize
that one.
Yeah, you realize like that one is different. You know what I'm saying?
Someone is saying you can't always tell whether they're cheating or not.
No, more brother. Oh, yeah?
Nah, you can't.
You
Nah.
can't
always tell.
Not with-
Some people,
slick.
Yeah.
women, can hide it very
women-
good.
Yeah, women real good.
You be right there, you ain't even know, brother. You be like, ooh, my goodness.
I mean, men do it. Men do it too, but I think men gamble a little bit more.
Yeah.
Men is a little bit more.
A little more
Careless.
loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, women, they
Yeah.
dot their I's and cross their T's, boy.
Yeah, man.
Unless
Y'all-
they want you to find
You
out.
probably call them in the act and they still answer the phone.
Man,
Man ain't gonna answer the phone.
you never know.
They be like, yo, shut up, hold on one second. What's up, man? Where a man would be like, yeah, ignore it.
Man,
And that caused more problems, right?
Yeah, it does.
That's how they get caught.
That's how you get caught.
Yeah, dudes do stuff like that on accident. Like,
You get in trouble.
Yeah, women do like that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I got this. Hey.
But it's like what you said, like, you know, sometimes when the women's come out, they come out like, especially when they find out, it's like gloves off, man.
Yeah.
They come swinging hard, bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your boy got to be careful. Like, yeah, you open that door and it happens back to you. It's like, he going to find that one that he really cares for. When it happens, it's going to hurt.
Man, I always have a rule. When I used to gamble, my rule for gambling was, if I ain't prepared to lose all, then I shouldn't be gambling.
Okay.
And I think that's the same way when it comes to relationships. Like, if you ain't prepared to lose it all,
Right,
I mean, more than what you thought,
right.
then don't do it.
do it.
Yeah, because if it happened, you might just lose it. You might not be able to come back from it.
It says men are extremely careful. We just stupid, so a brother gets caught.
No, Jico said, when you catch your woman cheating, she's already moved out. Otherwise, you won't know Jack. So that's
Find
true.
out too late. Huh?
Find out too late.
Yeah.
And that's
Already
factual too.
gone.
Yeah.
That's factual too, man.
Find out when they want you to.
Yeah. They been done start a whole new life, and you're like, where I was in between? Was I in a coma? Who is Jack?
Jody.
Jody. Who is Jack?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta. I mean, if you see the telltale signs, man, you already know it. But if you don't see it, Some people just get caught, bro. Some people just don't.
But I think most of all, I think in a relationship, when people are in a relationship or invested with children or whatever, money, however, properties, whatever you want to say, I think that the man or the woman at the end of the day feel like they do want to get old together.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying, before I get old,
let me get this on my sister.
I gotta go sow my royal oats or whatever, And I think that's what happens a lot of times. A man wants to say, yeah, man, I was with this one, that one. Look at Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain slept with so many different. What did he get from that?
That's true.
And I think men wear it as a badge of honor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And some women have picked up that mentality too.
But then they get called something different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And some women they figure out a different lifestyle. I'm gonna get my bills paid. I'm gonna get my love, my sensitivity. And they do that because of different things. Men and women cheat for different reasons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and just really dissect why it happens.
Yeah.
I really believe in, and I really think that with maturity, at the end of the day, we gonna want to stop and settle down. We just got to get that heat up out of us when we young. Like they say, young, dumb.
Yep.
Sometimes we.
You think that's because you think you're getting older. I heard this on the G. Cole podcast.
Man, you got some.
You're
old
getting
man.
old, and you figure that things might start
Look at
going
David.
to sleep.
Look at David.
And such.
Remember with David?
Yeah.
When they brought in the pretty little girl, pretty little girl Abigail, and David was like, I'm good.
And
Like,
that's how they know.
I ain't got no energy to waste right now.
But he went all the way to the end. That's how they knew he was dead.
They say, yo,
like,
my God,
dead.
the king is dead.
'Cause ain't nothing.
You already know, man. That's Solomon's son. Oh, father. Solomon, father, you know what I'm saying? Solomon, he had a lot. So,
But,
Oh,
yo,
Jesus.
somebody said, well, in Will's defense, he's a multimillionaire, and that's not really cheating. I mean, that's true, bro. When you're a millionaire, I don't think you consider cheating.
man, when he was
Why
with
is that?
all them women, he had to be just flipping like they was changing socks or something like that.
Right.
He had to just be getting out of bed with one of them.
And going with another one.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what you call that if he was in committed relationship, but I'm pretty sure like he was a basketball player, so he has one in every city, right?
Right.
Ludicrous. Yeah, so it had zip
Different
codes.
area
Yeah, so it might not be considered cheating, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. You know what I'm saying?
But I think when you're in those guys' life, like that limelight and that style, it's just different, bro. Like honestly, if I was in their life, like I wouldn't even be married.
You can't.
It don't make sense.
You gonna have groupies waiting in the hotels. Some of the guys let them in. You know what I'm saying? Your entourage let them in. And as soon as you open up the door, they in their birthday suits and stuff like, man, it's crazy.
It's easy. So I mean, it's not like out here you have to be.
Dude say it's
working
called
for it,
networking.
you know?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much. Yeah.
Networking, huh? Every woman should have 4 pets in her life: a mink in her closet, a jaguar in her garage, a tiger in her bed, and a
Jesus.
jack, whatever,
Erks.
who pays for everything. Oh yeah, they cheat. LOL.
Oh man. Wow, that's rough.
Yeah, that's rough. You agree with that?
Me?
I'm just asking. We need a woman point of view. That's why you here.
Man, that's rough right there.
Oh man, she done lost it. She ain't got nothing to say, Donovan. That's rough. She ain't got nothing to say, Donovan.
Man, I mean, if you think about that comment that person made, and you just flipped it around, and let's just say nobody wants to be the JA,
Right?
Nobody wants.
You want to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Meal.
So if you flip that around, and you was the JA, how would you feel?
That's true.
That's why I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? That's rough, man. Everybody want to be the jaguar or the tiger
Yeah,
or the mink.
Don't want to be the one that.
Don't nobody want to be the JA. And once you the JA,
Yeah.
then you start to be like, wait a minute.
Something right here.
Yeah, I'm really messed up.
I don't know. I have the package, but in my package, it's not called the JA. It's called the husband. So I'm just saying, I got the whole package. I can't relate to the other girls who gotta have all the
One of
different
each.
ones, one of each.
Yeah.
So my question to you, right? Just like how I got. I don't really get much of a girl.
That's what I'm saying. Like the woman
that.
quiet tonight.
So I like to find out.
Okay,
Like,
fine. Yeah, go ahead.
like, because females do cheat.
Right.
But why is it that they stay with the husband when they know that their relationship isn't going nowhere?
There are different reasons again. Some people stay because of the children. Some people stay because of the financial stability. Some people stay because they actually really deep down inside, really love the person, but just not in love with how they're being treated or whatever the issue might be, if there's even an issue.
So they
and
love
some
the person,
just like to have their cake and eat it too. That's all. I mean, there are so many different reasons why.
Yeah, it's
Multiple reasons why. And it's the same thing for men and women. We are no different. No different. The only difference is we have a womb. Trust me. And I can't even say we're more emotional, because there are men that are even more emotional than I am. You know, and I'm a very emotional person. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Everybody's gonna know how I feel about whatever it is. But there are men out there that are like me and worse. You know.
yeah.
And so we're the same. We are the same. That's all.
You know, I always used to say that, like, you know, people look at men like men is like this different creature.
Yeah.
And I always look at it like, yo, men and women are the same. It's just like a lot of women just hide where men don't hide. Like you said, we get like celebrated, like, yo, bro, I've been with like half the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like when a woman walk around and say, yeah, I've been with half the football team, like, bro, I don't
Yeah,
want you.
completely.
It's a totally different, yeah, you know what I mean?
The man is gonna get high five and dap, and the girl is gonna be like, really, you need where's your mother?
Hey, Gregory Cole, you gotta explain that how we different. You said we are so different. How different are we? I really want to know. I really want to know from your point of view, how so are we different?
I think men are less emotional than women. Like you say, some men are very sensitive.
Some men are, yeah.
But a lot, I don't think a lot of men wear their emotions or their sensitivity on their sleeve like women do.
Well, the thing is,
And as well, there are women out there that are harder than a rock.
Yeah, it's
Tough
true. I mean, it goes both
cookies out
ways.
there, yes.
For the majority speaking, though.
I don't know how I don't really fully agree with that statement, because regardless of the situation, I feel like we're both emotionally
Let me tell you what the difference is.
interesting people.
You have more testosterone,
Okay.
and we have more estrogen.
Well,
Does that explain anything?
Chemically, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
still, how I look at it is how you were raised, because it's like,
That too. That
because
has a little
regardless,
role.
because both, I've seen where both people are stunted, both female and dudes, emotionally, and it's like others who are very expressive while growing up. So I'm like, I feel like what really set us up is how you were raised. It's like if you were raised about how to around people who express their emotions, you will know how to express it. You might not express it exactly like them, but you'll be able to express it a lot better than somebody who's like they were raised where they had to be tough, and it's like they always had to put up not really a facade, but they had to show masculinity, or they had to be like, oh, you got to be that damsel.
Especially when you're around your father, like if you fall and skip your knees, like, man, get up and suck that up.
Exactly.
And if your daughter fall, you're like, oh, come here, let me brush that off.
So I have a brother. Let me talk about my brother. I have a brother, and he, my mother's always kissing him and hugging him and loving him, and always, she does that with all her children.
Yeah.
You know, but he's her only son. Is with them. They don't miss kisses. He kisses his boys, and they're not girly girls, you know. They're boys, rough boys, and he plays rough with them, and you know, so they're not missing that kind of thing. And that I know for a fact that it came from how mommy raised him. You know what I mean? So it happens, and he's definitely not a girly man,
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
put
we
it
know
that
that.
way. You know, very
mean,
much not the feminine type.
That's just to each his own then, because me, like for instance, I used to be up under my mom, my pops too, but at the same time, like my mom used to tell me like things like don't fight. Like she was Christian, you know. She told me she got her walking home, got her dress ripped off of her, and still didn't fight. And I'm like, Mom, ain't nobody finna come at me like that and me not fight them. And my point being is, even my sons, like they walk by, I just hit them in the chest.
Oh.
And I don't really kiss them and hug them, which I want to start doing, but now it's too late for me to do that.
Never.
Why you say that?
Never. too
Because
late.
they sit there like, man, come on.
And
They
that's
sit there
so
going,
good.
I'm like, come here, let me get a hug.
right.
I'm like, let me get a hug. They're
I
like,
give you
nah,
prime
Give
man.
them the
example.
hug. Trust me,
It's
it's
like-
never too late.
I be
Never too
trying,
late.
but they be like, man, you.
Do it.
They be looking at me
Do it.
like,
So?
they be looking at me
What they
It's
like,
just a
father
whole
is
they be
like,
looking at me like, hold up.
yo, if it was somebody else, I
But that's how I
understand.
raised
But
you.
it's
What
like
did the church
it's your
do to you,
father.
Dad?
That's
You
how I
they
raised you.
father, so it's like
Yeah.
you get all passes. It's like
I understand what you're saying.
But he's going through
Yeah.
it.
I'm trying to.
He's so used
Yeah,
to
so-
the tough
But they
love.
sitting here
Yeah.
like,
So?
they sitting here looking
They gotta
at
suck it up. It's
They-
like you, they father. It's like
they not getting it,
I don't know
bro.
about all that,
Regardless,
bro.
it's
Imagine
like-
your father walk
Yeah.
up to you and kiss you now.
He does. He's used to that.
You pushing him
can't-
off or you
can't
accepting
really-
it?
No, he's used to that.
I don't like it, but
You're used
I
to it.
I understand that
Man.
he's very affectionate for some reason, and it's like I'm trying to figure out which parent he got it from. I feel it's my grandmother because I didn't really know my grandfather on his side that much. But every story I used to get from him, he was a rough
dude,
dude.
yeah.
And it's like,
But the mom is nice.
but yeah, so he was
mom is
raised
nice.
mostly around, yeah.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, as we get more older and mature,
Yeah.
we flip. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be cement and solidified with the way you is.
I
Like,
agree.
yeah.
I agree with that because I mean, like even growing up, my boys like before I used to whoop for everything.
Yeah.
But it's like now I just sit back and like, you know what?
Man.
They kids, man.
I was trying to get my boys tough.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want you to go out there and get tried by
Yeah.
nobody else. If you could stand up and be tough with dad, you could be tough with anybody.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And-
this right here, I just looked at this and it's like it makes, I really wonder if this is true, and I'm gonna ask Evangelist this question because it says men have side chicks,
Yep.
but women have side relationships. So men is just a side chick where it's like, but
Not
women
really.
is more deeper than that.
I feel-
basically.
I don't agree with that much. Reason why, I feel like them side chicks kind of is just a secondary relationship. Cause I seen it with, cause hey, there's a lot of folks who talk about how can you move up from a side chick to a main chick? What that's supposed to mean? It's like that's a secondary relationship that you working on. It's just that you ain't.
It's just a different name. And then again, with everybody, it's different. Some people, it really is just a side chick because the chick has an understanding that, you know, he got his woman and all I need is just to get my 5 minutes and be out. You know, she has that understanding. And he knows that, you know, wifey can't know and we're just going to do this. And they have their understanding. So that is your side chick. And then as well as you'll have guys out there that some people would look at it, oh, that's his side girl, his side chick or whatever, but they really do have a relationship going on there.
Yeah,
you know?
but I think-
deeper than just the physical 5 minutes.
I
or 10
think
minutes.
what this comment is more attacking or more trying to reveal is that men don't really get emotionally
they
involved
do. They do.
like women do.
Yeah,
That's what I think he's
Estrogen
trying to
again.
say.
It's the estrogen that's causing this
Yeah.
problem. Okay,
Yeah.
That's the little thing that makes the difference.
because
That's what I think that
we're-
person's trying to say.
I feel like we just trying to find comfort, and it's like just a common.
We like it. It's here while it
It's
is.
like, yeah, it's just enjoying the
Whenever
mo-
it's not here anymore, we like deuces.
Nah,
but
yeah.
with a female, it's be like
Some
you know,
females.
Yeah, some
Some.
females. Some females.
You got to keep it.
Well, I think is
So-
where guys try to find a friend with benefits in a sense. Females try to find that husband, and it's like,
what they're lacking.
yeah, it's like if their husband or their boyfriend isn't like have everything that they want, they look for another relationship that either makes up the difference or is better than. Oh,
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
can I
did
tell
offend
a
somebody?
personal
It's like-
story? And I mean, What happened?
No, go ahead.
Let me give
Yeah,
you
go
a
ahead.
personal.
I love hearing your story.
Yeah, we want to hear some. We want to hear.
Story.
We want to hear your story.
Years ago,
Women power. Go
long
ahead.
time ago,
You
before
ain't that old,
children, long
Stop
time
making
ago.
yourself sound old.
Yeah.
It's like you
I am
bringing
old.
us all down. It's like, come on.
But anyway, I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. I was a single girl. I got hurt in the past, and I was on this thing like, forget relationships, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I started hanging with this one guy.
Mm-hmm.
This one guy had a girlfriend.
So you're a side chick.
Bless. Let's
I
continue
was
the story.
the side chick. I was cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting whatever, and he was getting whatever, you know, whatever.
But
And funny enough,
mm-hmm.
I was the one that was like, back up.
Mm-hmm.
What is all that?
Mm-hmm.
Call your girlfriend. Call, you know what I mean? Don't be. This is not what it is. You understand what I'm saying? This is not a relationship. This is not that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say this to say
Oh, so
that,
basically
that
you didn't catch feelings.
I didn't. He
Okay.
did.
Yeah,
He
okay.
did. And I'm like, what is that? Don't do that. That wasn't the agreement. You know, that's breach of
Because you're
contract.
He was probably trying to promote you.
Promote who? No, he had a very good girlfriend, good solid relationship going on. I'm telling, very good relationship going on.
Suspect.
And what's that?
he was messing with you, so it's like it's
It
suspect.
can't be
So it's
that
like,
good.
It's like, come on.
No, good enough. No, this is what I'm saying. There's different reasons why people cheat.
Yeah.
Different reasons. That was a good girl. She had it going on. Good girl, look good, smart girl,
So you
everything.
a bad girl.
And me? If I was a bad girl?
Yeah, you said
I
that
mean-
she was a good girl, so it's like
No, a good girl is in decent person, nice, good person to be in a relationship with for him.
Yeah.
You know, they had their thing going on. And I just happened to be the side chick. And I was fine with it. It was not like he never cheated on me. I wasn't cheating on him. It was just that was what was going on. But what I'm just saying that. I brought that up.
That man do get attached.
yeah, facts.
I'm done with G. Cole. Where G. Cole, you don't have a podcast to go on?
Yeah, we gotta bring G Cole on here one week.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we gotta
say
get
that
him on
to
here.
say that not all women get emotionally attached. He was a nice guy, and I could have seen something
Well, you-
probably brewing in the, but that
Yeah.
my mind was like, no, this is not what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and he was the one that was getting a little too.
I'm
Didn't
curious
work out.
about that. You said that you weren't the one attached.
Right.
So, do you think it's because you were still emotionally raw about your past situation?
Why I was not attached? No, because my mind was made up that that's what it was. You understand? I had an understanding of what this thing is.
You understand?
I made the choice.
And you weren't allowing it to get any
I
more
did
than
not
what
allow
was.
it to go any further than that. And
Yeah.
it could have.
Yeah.
It could have.
And what do you think if
But
it
I
did?
made my mind up that that's not what it's going to be.
What do you think that if you did allow it to get, you think that?
Then I'd be just another crazy girl out there. You understand?
get
That's
extremely
breaching what was
complicated.
complicate his relationship, complicate my own.
But even though he wanted more, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Freedom.
like even though like you were like messing with him, and then like he wanted more. It's like, how come? You know what I mean? You didn't go for that. You understand what I'm saying? Because like you're
So,
like,
do you think that in a situation like that, for instance, if you had a man that was doing that and you had a woman that was doing that, do you think that the man would have had less feelings, or or vice versa? Like, if and we talking like numbers, like say 100 men and 100 women. So, what do you think the scales would tip in?
I think, I mean, clearly, we all have it, and we know that it's usually the situation where you'd find the woman getting emotionally attached because that we're just predominantly emotional beings, I guess. You can look
So
at it that
would
way.
you say that he had more estrogen in his?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's
I
just,
was
where's your
but
mentality?
you know,
whatever it is that
now
you're
you say
doing.
that, if you think about it, if you take 5 men and 5 women,
Yeah,
right, and then you have say 3 men
yeah,
that treat the side chick like they're the wife. The woman is naturally gonna get attached to that, or she's gonna fall for that because you're treating her like like how you treating your house, pretty much. You take care of her, you're getting her stuff, you're spending time with them. And I think that's what brings it. Where you have another man where it's like, just calls you at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
And he just pops over, and he's out.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different thing. So I think it all depends on like how the actual individual treat that person too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women, to me, is gonna fall for how you treat them.
That's it.
You know, so if you treat them like, okay, you a side chick, then they have that mentality like, okay, I'm just a side chick, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're like spending time with them, if you're like sending flowers to their job and you're bringing in all this extra stuff to it, naturally a woman's gonna fall. Naturally anybody would fall.
And that's usually how you get the women to even, you know, like it starts off with like that shoulder to lean on. It starts off with that, you know, hey,
You can
like,
talk to me.
Yeah, let me holler at you. Don't you see this ring on my finger? Yeah, but I could be a friend. Yeah, it starts off with that friend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then you know once the woman kind of gets comfortable with that friend nonchalant relationship, and something happens to her, she has that man that's a friend. You know, this what happens, and she cries, and you know her tears on the man's shoulder, and the man sitting here like, okay, yeah, I like how this is going. And that's why I think that it becomes more with the women than with the men. The men is just doing it just to do it, like almost out of nature. But I think the women put more into it.
Right.
Especially, you know what I'm saying, when something else doesn't work out in their favor and they just substitute now. It's automatically like feelings have already been built up. Things are already, you know what I'm saying?
You know, there's a show, I can't remember the name of it. It was called either The Big Love or The Love Big or something like that.
Big Love.
Big Love. Because one guy had like 3 different wives. And it's like they all lived side by side. So he could walk from one yard to the next.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen something like that.
And it was like, okay, they used to like say,
I think it's called Big Love.
I think it was Big Love. And he treated all of them the same.
Yeah.
You know, he was there for all of them. He spent time with all of them.
Yeah.
So he came to a point where like you watch the series, like one woman is like, yo, like, come on, let me get him tonight. You know, I give up whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they start making like gammas of each other
Yeah.
when they spend time with him.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it like, bro, is that
But
cheap?
you know what? The first,
No,
the
everybody-
first wife,
They agree to it.
Yeah, they agree to it.
the first wife usually has more.
Yeah.
All right, what do you call it now? Like Sarah,
Yeah.
she had more power over the man. Not necessarily power, but she had more influence, more.
Then they had,
She just had
Okay.
more.
No, well, you talking about Rachel and Leah. Leah was
Sarah with
No, I'm talking about
Abraham.
Sarah.
yeah, but
and
Hagar was just a concubine. She was just a
Right.
servant.
Yeah,
But
Well-
he's saying Sarah. She's saying Sarah had more precedence.
yeah, but listen. But Jacob was married to both Leah and Rachel.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but he was married to Leah first.
Yeah.
In his case, I believe he just loved
Rachel.
Rachel more.
Yeah, he did. But
So-
they was doing the same thing. They was gambling. Like, I think it
Had
was
more
Reuben.
kids and
Reuben
such.
came in with mandrakes one time, and Rachel was like, "I want those mandrakes," and Leah was like, "I'll let my son give you those mandrakes. Send Jacob to my tent tonight."
Right.
You know what I'm
Kind of
saying?
thing, yeah,
They was
yeah,
they was
yeah,
gambling
yeah.
and they was going.
Gambling,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So they was doing that.
True.
So I mean, it's stuff in the Bible that kind of lined up. You know, even like with the big love situation. When you think about Solomon, you know, like Solomon was just a beast. You know, that man just had like no.
What is Ruth Ann saying? Ruth Ann is saying something. Let's hear
Ruth Ann said that from the perspective of a side piece, and I'm not going to say that. Say the person they're sneaking with decides that they want to get
That's my
serious.
stuff.
Does it seem logical for them to get in a relationship with someone who is technically a cheater?
No.
I say no, but answer that for us. I mean,
They cheated.
if they cheated and got you, what do you think will happen down the long run? that don't just go away overnight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and say that. It's like you got to think about like karma. You got to think about the laws of sowing and reaping. Like what goes around comes around.
around.
Yeah, you can't expect to just be like, you know, I'm cheating, you know, on this person with this person, and it's not gonna come back to me. You're gonna have to wear it sometimes.
And then some women do have the mentality where they say, "No, I can change this guy." No, you can't.
That
They
is
lied
true.
to
Some people
themselves.
do believe that for
No,
real.
you can't.
I mean, they might be able to change the guy.
They may be able to control
Maybe the
them for a
guy
while.
really sees something in the side piece, as Ruth Ann would put it, that is just not happening in the main piece, you know, and really that really brings out something in, you know, out of him.
Okay, look, for instance, they might. What I'm saying is they might be able to change the guy, but that same spirit of cheating, it might re-enter into the woman.
There you go.
And she might not, you know what I'm saying? She might change the guy.
Yeah.
And she might be like, man, this is probably why your first wife was or first girlfriend was cheating on you in the first place.
Bring up all that.
Yeah,
all that
that
stuff.
she was involved in the first place.
Like your conscience and your guilt, it'll play games on you.
They say, does anything about emotions and relationships seem logical?
No, it's not.
Can't figure it out.
I can't answer that.
Emotions are not logical.
That's not even an LOL situation.
Yeah, because you don't even know why you feel the way you feel, why you act the way, why.
Yeah.
Like talking about crazy in love or something like that. Yeah, it's not logically in love.
I heard somebody say
What's the
recently, I want to hate him.
You want to hate him?
I've heard
For
that
real?
before. I want to hate him. Why can't I hate him?
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
So
It's true.
the emotions.
Most
really
times
crazy.
when people are cheating, both people have stable relationships. That's true. That's true.
I can
Most
see
people.
that. Yeah, I can
Most
see
people, that's true.
that. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they're bored.
Not even bored,
that's
but
what it
maybe
is.
just mentally they left the relationship, but they still want to be there.
Like they grew apart kind of thing.
They
And
grow apart, but they still want to be there.
but would that be considered a stable relationship?
Or they just trying to
They're
find
still-
themselves.
Because to me,
Silently rocky.
if you're in a relationship and you're gonna cheat, why just leave, bro? What's the sense of staying?
Some people cheat because they want to fulfill something that's not in that particular relationship.
So you fulfill it with that person.
Some
You
people,
sit down and talk
some
to the
people
person.
cheat with a sugar daddy because,
Well, I
Sugar
know.
daddy
sugar
gonna-
mama,
the sugar daddy gonna
because-
spend that money.
yeah.
But I mean, does cheating necessarily have to do with another person?
What else could it be? Talk.
Could it be like going to a bar, going to a strip club? Could it
Is
be
that
like
cheating?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
It depends on whose perspective.
Who?
'Cause- no, what I'm saying is, all right, let's say the woman has a gambling issue.
Yeah.
And she's always out gambling.
That's a good one.
For the man,
Yeah.
she is cheating on me with gambling.
That's a good-
I can't
yeah.
get, she's cheating me my time.
I get
so
that.
it depends on how you look at it. Yes,
And the
there's
money
still
too.
cheating.
Yeah,
The money
yeah,
too.
I
Take
get
all the
that.
mortgage money, go
Yeah.
do whatever, waste it on horse race.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me if
That
I
is
get that.
cheating.
Right.
I believe that.
I decide not to tell my spouse that I'm going to an event?
Why you ain't tell her?
Hey, I didn't tell her that I didn't go to an event.
You
and
too
it's
own way
like,
now. You too own way.
because I just didn't feel like it, or I forgot.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's like, I went to the event and then I had a good time and come back home. It's like,
Hey, what's
You gonna
up?
tell her
What
now?
did you do while I was?
yeah. it's
You gonna
like-
tell her?
Yeah, you decided to tell her after the fact, but it's like,
Oh.
is that cheating?
Yeah, I believe it is. Pretty much.
How?
How? I don't understand. Break it down for me.
Because why you ain't tell her in the beginning?
Because you forgot.
Nah, you ain't forget.
Forgot to tell her. It's like,
forget?
You ain't
because
forget.
you so wrapped
Tell-
up in the moment that it's like, oh, yeah. It's like, I forgot.
You probably just didn't think you would have as much fun with her knowing that you was having fun without her.
So that's like
Or she's gonna want to come,
So
mess up your evening.
basically saying like, okay, so
Who?
my boys invite me out to the strip club. I'm gonna go to the strip club, but I ain't gonna tell my spouse. But I forgot. But I had
Something
fun.
like All right, church event.
Hey,
Let's say you went
Church
to
event.
a dance.
Y'all so.
A dance. It's like, it
you
could
went
be
to a
church,
dance.
a church dance. Or,
You went to a concert.
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
to a concert. It's
Okay,
like-
okay.
Or a festival.
Yeah.
Or a little,
And dancing was taking place. Yeah.
And dancing and live music
And you
was
had fun.
and you had fun.
okay.
You forgot about your spouse. And it's like,
How you forget
You
about
don't do
that?
that.
You
but you
don't
were
forget
in the
about
moment.
your
You were
spouse.
having
Okay,
so
go
much
ahead.
fun
Mm.
with the folks who were there, and then it's like you remember it like a little after, like, oh yeah.
You
I'm
tell her.
married.
Nah, it's not even that. It's
Do you
more
tell her
like,
though?
Yeah, you tell her after the fact.
How you think she gonna react?
Well, she ain't gonna be happy, but it's like she ain't gonna be. But it's just
So what if you do it again after the fact? What if you just did it the next week? The same thing.
sometimes I feel like you need that space. Just need that space.
That's true.
And it's like
But not too much space.
Not too much space, but
then tell her then.
I do agree.
Everybody needs space.
All right, so let's answer this last question, and we're gonna get up out of here. What interesting is most women will hold on to a good man whose only flaw is cheating. Think about it. Most women, y'all know, have been cheated on and stayed with him. Check it out.
Facts.
I think that makes for a good wife. That's like for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, death do us part.
Right.
Yeah, you got to go through those motions. You got to go through that small. Go ahead, those tests.
well, it's like it remind me. Well, if you're gonna say that, it's like it's pretty much like those females, because I hear these conversations.
I'm not trying to.
I'm on my
condone
phone.
it.
I'm on my phone,
it.
and it's like they think I'm listening to music, but I hear these conversations where it's like, oh, the guy's good to me. He loving, but his package is like, you see me? And then it's like,
wow.
But it's like my other
Gonna
guy.
go there tonight.
But the other guy is like, he might not be great everywhere else, but he knows how to.
Yeah,
Put that work in.
He knows how to put that work in. It's like he might not have that money, but he got that zeal.
yeah, but
So it's like,
what happens when he gets to an age where he can't put that work in?
hey, he has that zeal.
But
So you losing the lips, you getting in the
and that's what I'm saying. What happens to that woman when she ain't looking like Coca-Cola no more? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is gonna be that hold y'all together then? That's what I'm trying to say. Once you see the test, and I'm not condoning cheating on anybody, but once you see that person is gonna be there through everything,
thick and thin.
then you know, and that's what pulls a lot of people out. A lot of people that I know have been locked up in jail. And they side pieces or they side chicks ain't coming with the bail bonds money. Ain't driving up the road to bail you out.
Wifey
But the
coming,
wife
right?
is
Yeah, or that one.
just like when they said Jesus died, we're with the 5,000.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the one that went through all that, through thick and thin, and they fought with you, they stabbed you up, they pointed guns at you, but they was like, you know what? I still love you, so I come
Just
bail
like
you
Diary
out.
of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah.
You know, she was so angry, but guess what? When the man got sick or got shot, she was there.
You see what I'm
She
saying?
was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Even though he threw her out of the house and did all this.
Did her wrong.
Yeah.
She was still there.
Yeah.
No, he
You
got
know,
a car
she was
accident.
bitter.
Yeah, she was there dumping him in the pool and
Yeah.
She still was there.
starving him, leaving him.
She was giving a little bit
Babe.
back.
Babe.
She was giving him a little bit
he got
back.
shot. He was like an attorney, and then like
Yeah,
the
car
guy.
accident.
No, he got shot.
He got shot
In the courtroom.
and then he
He got like
Couldn't
paralyzed.
walk
He couldn't walk for a while.
Oh, okay. I need to rewatch
But
that.
yeah, you know, you should check it out. It's a pretty good movie. Now she looking like Red Stripe. Right, Roan.
Well,
No shit. But yeah, you know, it's been an awesome topic. It's been awesome. It's been real.
We got through
But
it.
we got through it.
yeah,
right?
Gregory Cole. You know, we gotta link up, man. We gotta
Link up
get you in here. Let's
G.
talk. So, Minister Man, get your final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts is we all go through the testing. The relationship changes. You know, it's just like I bring it back to the Bible. 40 years in the wilderness, they was getting everything. You know what I'm saying?
Fed.
Yeah, their clothes didn't wear out. They were getting fed. They were getting
Fresh manna every
everything.
day.
But they was getting tested.
But you know what? I like what the Bible said.
Yeah,
They were cool in the day.
Yeah.
And warm at night.
yeah. And they had everything they needed. So sometimes we are in relationships where we have everything we needed.
Yes, sir.
Still.
But we still need to
Not
get
satisfied.
tested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, like the Lord says, if he put two together, no man could tear it asunder.
Amen.
If you ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere. And that test gonna prove it. That's what the test is for. It proves us. So
Wow.
that's my final thoughts.
Matthew.
I feel like when you're not content, that's when you want to step out. And it's like when you feel like your partner is not like putting in the effort that you are, or at least you feel like when you know that you ain't putting in everything that you need, or it's like you feel like you're missing something, it's like that's when people step out. And it's like sometimes it has nothing to do with a partner. And sometimes it doesn't even have nothing to do with a side piece. It's just something that you need to work on.
It's true.
You need to work on yourself. It's like,
Yeah.
because it's like a lot of people, and it all boils down to your mental health. It's like if you're not like trying to feed it, like to help yourself grow. That's why I do love the Bible, because it's like it's a tool that you could use to help build your mental health. That working out and all that stuff is nice, but if you're not fully accepting of yourself, that's when a lot of people step out, and it's like you need to work on that.
Wow.
So that's my final piece.
Evangelist, with the new mic, sounding clean.
Amen.
Facts.
I mean, Matthew kind of took the words right out of my mouth. You got to know yourself. We don't condone cheating whatsoever. So regardless of what we have said today, it's not what we do. We believe in being faithful to the end. Amen. All right. And what is it that you want? I hear someone said, I believe it was Creflo Dollar, said that, you bring to the relationship what it is that you want from the relationship. So you need attention, bring the attention. Give the attention to your spouse, I'm not talking like my relationship is perfect, but I know it's come a mighty long way because I had to look within myself. If I never looked at me, we would have been stuck at 2004, 2000, way over, when things were rough and tough and messy, and and so just bring to the relationship what it is that you want, and know who you are. Look into yourself, because a lot of people point the finger and it's you do this, you do that, and don't realize that they have issues too.
Yeah.
So fix you, and you'll fix it.
I agree with that.
That's
Fix
all
you,
I'm
and a lot of stuff will get fixed. Also, I mean, if you have been in a relationship where you have been wronged and you have been cheated on, it's always like the first question that we ask is why? What happened? Now, if you find out why and what happened, don't take that to the next relationship.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, try to use that as like a learning tool.
Yeah.
It's just like whenever you go through stuff in life, it's supposed to be like something to teach you, to get better, in whatever areas, whatever aspect it is. You go through like, evaluations on your job where they say, listen, this is where you're good at, this is where you struggle at.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to do evaluation in a relationship and find out what's going on, where you sit down and communicate and talk and say, listen, this is what I got going on, this is what I'm struggling with, X, Y, Z. And open that your partner had the mindset to listen and understand, what you're saying and take what you're saying and actually want to change it. I was talking to my wife the other day, I said, listen, I'd rather you like cheat in front of me and let me know, like, listen, you're doing this wrong, and let me know what's up. Then they do it behind my back. Because when you do it behind my back, it's just to me just like it's no trust. It's nothing. There's nothing else left there.
Yeah.
If I see it in front of me, I should want to change it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just like a lot of us, you shop with your eyes. Everything you do is with your eyes. So when you start to see something, it's either gonna wake you up, or it's gonna you see that you don't want to do anything about it. Just it's on you. I remember. Back with our relationship, at the first 5 years, it was rough. Yeah. And she had to start making me see a lot of stuff that I was doing wrong. Yeah. And when I started seeing it, I started to work on it. Now, if I see it and I don't work on it, I mean, we don't want to change.
Dead end, right?
Then do what you want to do. But when you show me, or show the person what they're doing wrong,
communicate,
and then they understand, like, listen, okay, I'm doing this wrong, let me try and fix it. Yeah. Then, I'm still not condoning cheating, but I'd rather you relieve the relationship, and do what you have to do, than stay in the relationship and out there doing what you have to do. Yeah. Because then you bring so much stuff back. You're bringing that person's spirit back into the house. Come on, God knows what they have going on in their life, what they're dealing with their past history. So now you go, you mess with that person, you sleep with that person, then you bring in that spirit. We have to understand that it's not like the what we facing nowadays is what they faced back in the days. When you talk about David, them used to fight the Philistines, the Amalekites. They were not there and physically fight, but everything we fight nowadays is it's definitely spiritual. Oh yeah. So when you go out there and mess with that man, you're bringing his spirit back, and then now you messing with me. Then now I'm getting that spirit. That spirit's gonna be all up in the house, and then that's where you start having this whole. You don't understand why stuff happening, what's going on. You start to feel like you're going crazy. You start to feel like the stuff is not right. So, it's just to me like before. If if you're in a relationship and you feel like listen, like it's not going nowhere, or you feel like listen, like it's not working. You know, it's best to talk to the person, let the person understand and see what the problem is, and let them and give them a chance to work on it.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to give them a chance.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they messed up. Yeah, they were wrong. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff, but give them a chance to work on it. You know, because once they start working on it, then you'll see the difference. I mean, like I said, mine wasn't perfect. I had to work on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, like it's like 10 times better than it was, you know, than it was in the past. And because it was brought to my attention, like this and this and this and this and this and this is wrong. So I started making a checklist. Like, okay, I wrote them down. My wife didn't even know. A lot of stuff she used to tell me, I used to listen, write them down the next day. And then I started to say, you know what? I know I can't work on 10 at once, but let me start with number 1 and try to conquer that. Then let me go to number 2 when I feel like I'm getting better and try to conquer it. Give the spouse or give your significant other a chance to work on what the problem is, but let them know. Because a lot of people doesn't know that they're doing wrong. To me, they feel like they're doing everything right until you say, listen. That's why they say opposites attract.
That's true.
Because if I was dating me, it would be easy. Because I know me. But now when I'm dating somebody else,
it would be easier to be bucking
I
heads
know
with
myself.
yourself.
you'll be bumping heads, but
I
still.
despise myself.
That's you. You can say you despise myself. I don't despise myself. I love me. But, you know, when I say opposite attract, you know, it's not going to be right. So for the opposite to work together or be together, you know, just like a magnet. When you put the two ends together that don't work together, they push away from each other.
Just like a magnet.
Yeah.
When they're similar, they repel.
Yeah.
When they're different, they attract.
Yeah. So
someone similar to me, we running.
I don't think you date nobody that's similar to you. Please don't do it. That's not going to be a healthy relationship. But yeah, you know, to me, you know, just give the person the opportunity to work on it before you actually step out and do what you have to do, or before you even leave the relationship. Because like we said, the grass is not always green on the other side. So yeah, it's been awesome. It's been real. It's been just a conversation. Don't forget to hop on over to our YouTube page, which is Just a Conversation. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share it out. Also, the program tonight, don't forget to share it out. Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram, which is just_a_conversation. It's been awesome. It's been real. See y'all next week.
Thank
Tuesday.
you, Corrick. Thank you, G.
Corey,
Cole.
for coming on. G. Cole. Ruth Ann for communicating. Everyone that's on right now, appreciate y'all showing up. Carol McCurry. Sean Simpson. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. So until next week, it's been awesome. It's been real. It's been just a conversation where we say hashtag
Talk about it.
Peace.